Hello, good morning, good evening, good night, good day, wherever you are. How here, your embodiment queen. I'm grateful as always to be here for this feminine intention. And if you feel called to join me, please do so. Today we're going to talk about loving without any expectation. There's a link in the comment, and I'd like to have you join me. And I wonder what your take is when you just hear loving without any expectation. What comes to mind? Is it kind of like something that is scaring to say, oh my God, I don't know what I would do if I just get to love? And I believe really when you choose to love without an expectation, that's when you take things in control. That's when you take your power back in your hands and you open your heart to just say, I'm just gonna love because I'm love embodied. I'm just gonna love because I know there is more where that comes from. I'm just gonna love because you deserve to be loved. You are love embodied. You might have forgotten it, you might have not received it, but I know who you are. I see who you are. And I believe that's what we are here to do, just to be love and to share love without an expectation. Let's just breathe into that. And I wonder what comes to your mind. Because at first I didn't know how I'm going to do that. I didn't know what that even meant until I realized the pain that I was going through. And I just realized that I'm the one who's really hurting myself here. And I decided to hold on my child and just say, little girl, I'm not a little child anymore who was looking up and expecting someone to love me. And that was after going through so many experiences that were just so painful. And when you look at love from the human perspective, it's scary because you just wonder, how am I going to do it? And where am I going to get love from? This is what needs us to connect deeply with ourselves, connect deeply with source. Because even when we talk about source, we are talking about the God that is within us. It's not something that is outside of us. And that's what this whole journey is calling us to say, I'm gonna put the ointments, the bandages, whatever around your heart, and I'm gonna let you just to open all the valves and let it all out. If at all it's time for you to bleed, baby girl, just go ahead and bleed. I've got you. And God has got us too. And as we are here for this intention circle, I'll just remind you of our mutual agreement to say we are meeting here not to fix each other, but to just hold each other's hands. Because we are powerful. I see you in your power. I see you as a strong, magnificent being. And we are speaking the truth. We speak the truth. We share our truth. We express our truth in our beauty. And we are action takers. When you make that oath to say, I am done running from something, I'm choosing to move towards something, I'm choosing to walk towards something. because my expansion, my growth is my responsibility. My joy is my responsibility. And as we are agreeing and holding each other's hands, and just imagine that we are in one space as we invite the inner God, the source that is within each and every one of us. As we just honor that, as I'm honoring you and you're honoring that spirit that is within me. And we're calling in the greater spirit, the higher power, to be with us as we are holding hands. And we imagine that we're in one place as we are talking about this loving without any expectations. Because this is what children do. It's like really connecting with that innocent part of us, the innocence that has been with us as we were just born, when we just smile at a stranger and just choosing to love. When we chose to love, no matter what, no matter what the elders do or somebody does, 5 seconds later, you have forgotten what happened and you return to your innocence, you return to your love. That's the love that we get to remember, the love that we get to cultivate within us. And if a little child can do that, what is it that will make it so difficult for us to do that? To say, I just love you. And now, because of the experiences that we went through, we're even more mature to say, you know what? I am not going to take your stuff. Because as children, at times we take on our stuff, most of the time, actually, we take on the stuff from our caretakers, our parents, because we want to help them offload the baggage. Maybe there will be a little space for them to love us as we grow. But now, because we've done that, we are letting all that go. We are releasing all the baggage that we're carrying. And we're just saying, I'm just going to choose to love. But I see you in your wholeness. Imagine if you're just going around and choosing to love whoever that crosses your path, whether it's in a relationship of a mother to a child, or a mother to a woman to a man, or from a colleague to a colleague, or just a stranger on the street, and just say, I honor you and I see you in your divinity. I see you in your wholeness. That's what I'm honoring. You are whole, you are loved. And you know that the God that loves you, the source that fills you up, is the same source that that particular person that you come across has got access to. And for me, that's true love. It's not loving to fix, because if I love them, maybe they will change. No, you don't want you don't want them to change. You don't want them to. You don't want to fix them. You just, whatever that happens, whatever that path is, you just embrace who they are and you just allow them to go on that path. And one other quote that comes to mind that I truly love is from Terry. Treat a man as he ought to be. He might become who he was meant to be. And as we're using men in this case, I'll use a man as in a human being. If you treat another being as they ought to be, they might become who they were meant to be. That means you are not taking that baggage. You are not trying to fix them. You are just showing up as you in your light. You are not adjusting it to say, I'm going to accommodate your wounds. Therefore, because you are so wounded, I'm not going to love you as you deserve to be loved, or because you are whole, therefore I deserve to worship you. And it's kind of like, I'm going to show up and love you as you are, because I see you in your wholeness. I see you in your divinity. And I know that you've got access to the love that I'm also getting from source, the unconditional love that we are. And we let go of expectations of saying, okay, if you love me back, I might love you. If you treat me like this, then I'll open my heart to love you. Because when you let go and you take care of your inner child and say, baby, I'm gonna parent you. I'm your mother, and I'm gonna give you the love that you've been looking for. I am the one that you've been waiting for. I am the one that you've been looking for all along. And you really show up in that power, and you anchor in your heart, and you choose to love. You know, at times it makes it even easier to go around trying to label people, because those who are not ready to receive what you offer, they'll find a way out. And it's not for you to hold them back and say, all I have is love. Just come get this love. You just bless them. You just bless them. And you choose to anchor in love. You are not even in a position to say, I am going to enable a certain behavior. You just choose to be the love that you are without expecting anything. And if it's too much, some people might choose to say, you know what? This is way too much. I don't even know how to love you. Or they'll just think that you're crazy. Because for me, when I made that decision, like I'm saying, truly, it felt like I just got a download when that really clicked together. When I went back to different experiences that I had, and I realized that I- I'm 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 holding someone responsible for something that he doesn't have the capacity to give. He doesn't even understand. He doesn't get it. Can you imagine when you go around expecting and demanding love from other people, and they don't even have the capacity to even love themselves, especially if you are so connected to yourself and you feel your emotions and you are so in touch with all those emotions that a lot of people find them as uncomfortable and they run away from them, and you are in touch with yourself, and you meet someone who doesn't even know how to feel, the only way that they know how to deal with that is by numbing themselves. And then when you show up in their life, you expect them to understand when you say you are hurting, yet they don't even understand when they're hurting because they've never allowed themselves to feel. They do not have the capacity to even care for their own emotions or care for themselves. They're so disconnected. They're just going around with the day. And then you hold them responsible for hurting you. You are looking for something that they do not have. Isn't that expecting really too much? And what would it be like if you just let go? Because one of the things that I realize in my experiences is that at times the pain of push and pull that is just happening between, especially in relationships, it's just that when someone realizes that they cannot give you what you want, then the fear that comes is that, oh my God, they're gonna reject me, they're not gonna love me. And loving fiercely, that we talk about in this tribe, to love fiercely is to really say you do not have to qualify for anything. You do not have to have anything for you to receive the love. And that the same love that really God has for us, when we connect to that divine love, it's just the love that I love you. We can go ahead and judge ourselves and be harsh on ourselves, but really God loves us as we are, wherever that we are, no matter how dark it is, no matter how messy it is, no matter how broken we think we are. In God's heart, in God's eyes, we are just this amazing, beautiful beings that she truly or it truly just treasures. And I believe is the love that we can also embody, especially if we choose, like I said, to really hold and care for our wounds and scars and heal them and really connect with ourselves and know that we have the power within us. And our journey, our path is really to love ourselves. Because if we are not able to hold that space for ourselves, even if we are broken, even if we are in the dark, even if we are lost, then we're not going to be able to hold space for anyone. It all starts with us, really connecting with us. As much as we will do the same thing to our children, but we turn our back when it comes to our inner children. When our inner children is opening up and they just love someone just for the sake of loving, and you feel like because this person is not able to give me something, or I'm not able to be with this person, therefore I'm just going to shut my heart. Therefore you're just telling that aspect of yours that you do not deserve to feel this, so I'm going to shut it off. And you are also doing the same thing that has been done to you. Do you know how painful that is? Especially to betray yourself, especially to reject yourself just because you chose to love. That what we do to different aspects of ourselves. Especially that most of the times we We attract what we are, even if we might not be aware of it. Probably it's a part of your father that you're still carrying within you. And then you go attract that part in a man. And that aspect that you are, which is what you carried from your father. It's that part that really loves this person who maybe is not capable of loving you. And then you shut it off, you shut your heart off, kind of like, I don't allow you to feel that because it's painful to love someone who cannot give us something back. And that's the human love. And it's limiting us because when we shut off that aspect, when we shut off that aspect that wants to love, that wants to give love, then we are shutting off our heart. And we're really paining, we are bleeding from inside. And wherever that we might have closed someone, whether it's in the dark, in the cave, in whatever, bury them there, we just go and bury that aspect of ourselves in there with them until we go back and open that cave or dig that hole and take them out and just say, I see you in your beauty. You are whole as you are. And I release you to your divinity. So just take a deep breath then. And whenever you're going to watch this, I would like to hear from you. Where are you watching this from? What is coming up for you as you are listening to this? And I wonder if someone is just watching because there is just a lot of things that are just coming through in the body. Because this is when you connect with your heart and just allow yourself to feel, your body also brings out the imprints that are in the body, the memories, the implants that are just coming to the surface to say, hey, I'm the one who is on the way. Are you willing to release it? That's why it's powerful to really connect and be in the present moment and be with our body, because our body it's very intelligent. So just take a deep breath there and sit with that. And I'm hoping to hear from you about your experience, what happened, what is coming through, and are you willing to release it? So I'll just leave it there. I would like to go through a process, but I feel it's always lovely when there is some people on the call, and then we can just go through a process after sharing our experiences. But I'll still continue holding the space, trusting that at some point in time we're gonna be able to do that. So with that, much love. Until next time.
Right. I will step on it one time. Alright. I want to them. I want them to call destiny. In a place they really. I all the music.